Hello, everybody. It's Ed again. I'm in my armchair. Smoking lamp is still lit. And today, I'm doing two videos. This one is kind of about 911. But first, what am I smoking? A Peterson Irish Harp 68. Beauteous. Perfect design. I love this shape. This is my favorite. Love it. Anyway, should have done this yesterday, but come right down to it, I didn't want to do it yesterday. Smarty Bob did a video yesterday telling about what happened to 911. So this is kind of a video response to his, because I'm finding a bunch of people told their story of what happened on 911. Now I got two stories to tell. First, what happened not on 911. So for me, 911, at that time I was in Denver, and I was getting ready for work. And I always had on Good Morning America. Charlie Gibson, remember? And I was kind of getting ready for work. Had the Good Morning America on. And I caught it just as they announced that something had happened to one of the towers at the World Trade Center. And they didn't know what was going on at that time. It was a plane that hit it. They weren't sure of how big it was or anything. But I can remember I'm watching it, and in just a split second, you're looking at the World Trade Center, and I see another plane coming in. And then for a quick second, I said, he's kind of low. And of course, that was the second one to hit. Just an amazing feeling happening. And then I started thinking, started hearing stuff. A couple things. People started saying, well, what might be the next target? And in New York, the next target would be the Empire State Building. Now that kind of concerned me because at that time, my brother had offices a block or so away from from the Empire State Building. So I had some concern about that. Then we heard about the Pentagon. And somebody else had mentioned there that the Capitol might be the next target. Well, I have a sister who at that time lived right there. I mean, she was 2 blocks away from the Capitol. That's how close she lived, in a bunch of townhomes or whatever you call them, right there. So again, a little concern with that. It's just amazing. kind of in a daze, not sure what was going on. Kind of got myself ready for work because I still had to go into work. And eventually had to get in my car, go into downtown Denver. And on radio, now I'm in my car listening to the radio, whatever's going on. That's when one of the towers came down. And, the people on the radio were just saying, oh my gosh. So it was terrible. Went into work and pretty much we had a couple people we had a couple people in offices that did have televisions. So we kind of had those on and kind of appraised of everything that was happening as we could get it. So nothing, I don't want to say eventful, but, again, I was in Denver, and that's what goes on. So what I'm really want to talk about is the aftermath for me. Living in Denver, my family was in Pennsylvania, and I'm not sure the actual dates, but I always took my vacation in those days, around the last week of October, hoping to catch the fall change of leaves in, southeastern Pennsylvania, where my mom lived. I had a brother living there. So that vacation had already been planned, tickets made and everything. So I was at the airport, and it ends up a gentleman I knew. He was the vice president of a bank that my brother dealt with his business, and kind of through odds and end things happening, I've had dinner with him a couple times, through my brother. So I knew this guy. And I kind of would do stuff while, if there was anything that my brother was doing, I would be in the table with him. I don't want to say chaperoning, but because my brother would be busy. And so I saw him. Ends up he's on the same flight I was. He was obviously in first class. I wasn't. But he was going back east. But the reason he was going is they're having a memorial service to a very good friend of his who was in one of the towers. And I guess that was the first time I kind of had that, at least close to whatever you call it, connection with somebody that actually died there. So that kind of brought things up again for me. It was interesting. So now I go on my flight, and this was to Newark, New Jersey, right across the river from Manhattan. And it was the eeriest thing. It ends up, I always have a window seat. That's what I like. And I was on the side that could look down at Manhattan as we were approaching Newark Airport. Now, remember, this is now at minimum a month later, month and maybe a week or so later, and I looked down on Manhattan. It was a clear sky, but there was still smoke, still dust, but still smoke coming out of that. And it's just, I couldn't believe it. It was still going on. Things hadn't settled down yet. And just the weird feeling about that. Yeah, I mean, looking down, not that I'd been there many times, but I had obviously seen the World Trade Center throughout the years. So I was familiar with them enough to know that, you know, obviously they were gone now. I could picture them where they were, and now they're gone. And for quite a few blocks in every direction, smoke, dust, whatever, still coming out of there. And that was just the weirdest feeling. So, thank you for listening. It's kind of nice to get that out. Made me feel good. So anyway, thank you. Thanks for all the people that are listening to this. So, may your smoking lamp always be lit. And take care out there.